Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 with our realistic series. What I was actually thinking is, rather than getting, because we've got forestry equipment here, right? There's a few different versions that we can use. The Platinum expansion has now given us, in the base game, some winches. Now, the winch thing is something that's been in the game for a while in the form of a mod that has been at least 2 versions of the game, and it's a fabulous, fantastic, amazing mod, and it's that one. That one right there. It is a winch mod, and I've used that so many hundreds of times. It is a wonderful, glorious mod. It's absolutely amazing. And now in the base game, in the Platinum Edition, we've got this, which... Wait, what? Why is that? The combination for that is a front... Wait, I guess it goes on the front of the tractor and this goes on the back. This here is for picking up a log and just helping to winch them, but I'm not quite sure how it works. I think this is like more intended to be stationary, and you pull the winch out and you drag the log down to a particular point. This one, well, both of these here, you can have 8.6 tons on here. It's a log winch, and it is the same as the mod that we've had for so long, and now we've got this one, which is absolutely awesome. A yarder can be used to transport logs out of the wood. The yarder can be used for uphill. This yarder can be used for uphill yarding. Okay, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'll get something like this, and then we can drag the trees around, which I think is something that's pretty awesome. But right now, I want this huge, great, big, tall tree. Once I've removed a couple of these trees that are close to the sawmill. Down you go. Ooh, that one actually fell in the right spot. I think this one is going to be too big. Might reach. If I go here, maybe. Let's try that. Is that going to... No, that's... Ooh, actually, that might also be in the right place. I think both of those are in the right place. That's some really big trees. All right, looking at those coming in there, that is some fair-sized trees that we've got there. Curious how much we get with these. Let's see how much they weigh first. So that one is 1.6 tons. And then the other one is 1.1 tons. So we've got 2.7 tons. Don't think that's 2,700 litres. I think it works out a bit different. So 2,700 kilos. Boom. Puts us up to 8,500. So it's actually 2 litres per kilo of timber. Thereabouts. Right. Is there any more? Let's see if we can drop that one in. It's nice and easy being able to do it like this. With these trees being right next to the place like this, I'm actually rather liking it. I know, it is a little bit cheating, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just because it's nice and easy, and... Ooh. I'm thinking that maybe they're not going to be too pleased about me doing that. Just saying. I can't open that door. Just saying. I'm thinking that perhaps I'm going to have someone wanting to have stern words with me about the way that I've just treated their building right there. Let's... Oh, no. No. I can't do anything about it. We're going to need to cut this. If I chop it here somewhere... Can I reach? I'm too far away. Okay, we're going to have to do this the safe way. The safe and appropriate way to approach a tree like this is you climb up onto the tree like this. There. And then you get your chainsaw. And you cut... You put one leg each side of where you want to cut on the branch that's suspended, store it up into the air, and you cut it like that. There, see? Perfectly safe. Let me just state, for the record, that if you do that, you are an idiot. Don't ever cut something like that. I know I might joke about it, but I will just state for the record that you should never, ever, 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 ever do something like that, because it is really, really stupid. So yeah, just add that in, little disclaimer there, before anybody says, hey, Frith, you can't be telling people to do that. It's not exactly the right way to go about it. Yeah, I know that's why I've added in the disclaimer. Do not try this at home, folks. Okay, we've got another tree that has just made it in, so we can put that one in. I think that's going to be about it for the trees for now. We've got 13,500 litres of timber in here. There's a little bit of wood chips in storage, and we've got 3 pallets of planks down here. So let's have a look at planks a minute and see what the price range is on those bad boys. Planks right there. July is the time to be selling planks, and now it is December. So the price is pretty... Well, actually, no, it's not December at all. It's September. The price is only just coming down. They're on 1,300 right there. So we've got almost 4,000 euros worth of timber here if we sell it right now. Or we can leave it until next summer. Well, maybe we'll leave it a little bit and then we'll see. Because, I mean, like, the difference between 1,400 and 1,100 is only 300 per 1,000 litres. And it might be useful to us to have the 300 per 1,000 litres penalty if it means getting a boatload of cash right now. So, I mean, if we have 10 pallets, that's 10,000, we would lose 3 grand on it. But we would still get 11 grand. So, you know, you get 11,000, or you wait a little bit and you get 14,000. Which do we want? Kind of like you got to balance too, right? You can carry on there and do that. We know you're doing a grand job and everything, and it's lunchtime. There isn't really anything else that we need to do at the moment, is there? I don't think there is. Right, we've got everything else is done. I'm gonna want to keep the planks going a little bit. Greenhouses. We will possibly want to buy greenhouses later on so that we can have some of these other crops that we can get. I mean, the chickpeas and lentils, not that. Not the vegetable seeds. Almond oil is stuff that we can process later. Biogas is something that we'll be selling at some point. Distribution centre and South Distribution Centre, but that's later. Melons and watermelons. To get these, we need to buy... And a red lettuce as well. Those we need to buy greenhouses. There's greenhouses somewhere on a map that you can buy, but I don't know where they are. So I'm just going to see if I can find those a minute. I don't think that there is actually... I've had a look around, and I don't think that there is actually any greenhouses available to buy on the map as such. I think you've got to buy them and place them down yourself. So we've got a melon greenhouse here, which requires water, manure, and also pallets and seeds. And then you get melons. You got one here that's got watermelons, and you've got one that's got red lettuce. There is some other greenhouses as well. These are new greenhouses, and these have got melons, watermelons, standard lettuce, red lettuce, tomatoes, strawberries. They don't have an input for pallets by the look of it. It's only the Coronella ones here, specifically for this map, that require the pallets. But I kind of want to do the one with the pallets, just to see if it does make a difference. I mean, we could end up buying both of them. So I need to find somewhere that we could go and put some... Well, I don't want to go that way. I've been wandering around the map a little bit. You might be able to tell that. Right, let's go... Let's... face north. I can orient myself a little bit, and we can come back over here. There's our tractor. He's doing a grand job. He's actually done a really good job. He's ploughed most of that field already. So we've got these greenhouses here. They're 10 grand a pop. I haven't really got anywhere in a yard that I can go and put greenhouses down. Like, we haven't got a lot of space in this yard. Yeah, the only thing that we could do is we could sell these two, and we could put greenhouses here instead. So we could have melon, watermelon, and red lettuce. I could put one of each of them down in here. And potentially, I could also put one of these in as a tester to see if we get similar kind of prices. Now, why those are 11,000 each and this one is only 10,000, I don't really know. I'm guessing maybe that's an error. Potentially, maybe an error. I'm not quite sure. So, I don't think we've used... Well, I don't think we're going to use these. These two right here. I'm like, there is animals here. We can have animals down here. This is an animal area here. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what animals it is that goes in. I think this is pigs. I haven't even looked at this. I haven't been down here to investigate it. Maybe we should. Let's have a look at that. Okay, I didn't do anything wrong. Nothing happened there. Let's go and have a look down the bottom of the hill and see what that is. Pigs, by the look of it. Going by the little clue there on the sign. Guessing that's pigs. And we put straw in here. So you have open pig pens. Yeah, that does actually seem like it would be a pretty good pig pen right in here. And this looks like it's just storage sheds. Yes, 2 storage sheds down here as well for the pigs. Do we own that? Or is that's that bit there, farmland? Oh, I see. No, you got to buy that separately. So what's 110 over there? You got 103, and we got 120. There's some very small bits here. Let's have a little bit of a mosey round and see what we've got here, because maybe there's something else that we want to buy. So that's the pig bit. And then we've got this over here, which is, like, that's just going to be manure in there. And this one, with a hop, skip, and a jump over here is... I don't even know what this is. Let's bring up the info bit there. What does that do? What does that tell me? I can't go in the building. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry. My bad. Just pushing past all these people. Right. So, what are you, then? Oh! Pistachio! Pistachio oil! Right, there's something to do with the pistachio oil, but quite how that works, I'm not sure. I'm assuming that we bring it up here to... Yeah, pistachio oil. Maybe some processing plant or something? I'm not quite sure what that's all about. What else have we got? There were some other little tiny bits that we could buy here somewhere. There's another piece over here. It's just a piece of open land that we can buy, and we get some stuff on there. And I suspect that there's a few more of them like that. So we got a little bit down there. If I go to farmland, yeah, pistachio oil there on the corner. And then there's a few other little bits over here. So I'm not quite sure what these are either. Let's go and have a look. Well, there's a building over here. What it is. No entry. Let me skip over the fence. It says no entry, but... Ah, that's sweet. That's raisins in there. So that's another shop that... Well, I don't know if we can actually buy these shops or not. Right in here, this is a private garden. You get manure coming up in here. Red lettuce here is pallets. Seeds. So what is this that I'm looking at? It's another area that we buy. I do wonder if some of this is like the advanced stuff for the pro version of the map. So maybe not all of these actually work with this one. So open object options, red lettuce garden. Give anything, but maybe if we buy it, we then got to put seeds and put the manure in here. We put the seeds in here. We put pallets down here, and then that gives us red lettuce coming out of here. Is my guess as to how that works. So if anybody does know this map a little bit better than I do, because clearly I don't really know the map very well, let me know if I've got that right. That means that then we can just go and buy that. We don't need to buy a greenhouse for the red lettuce. There's some big open spaces here that we can go and put stuff down. That is clearly just for production areas. And there's a lot of... This is a crowded town, this is. There's a lot of people around here. There's a crowded place. And we got oils up there. There's different processing there for things. Well, this is really cool. I like this. This map has got a lot to offer. What about these bits over here? There's more on this side of the roundabout over here. What is it? Oh, this looks like it might be... Ah, sheep milk. Right, you get sheep's milk from there. You buy the sheep, you give them the base, and then you put the proteins in as well. That would go into this bit, and then we can get our sheep milk, and we can do something with it. So I may well go with the sheep, and we'll do something in there. Right, I've had enough of just wandering around aimlessly. So now let us go back to the farm. Vehicle workshop. I can't jump to... Why can't I jump? There, visit. Right. Visit Seedmaster. We go up here. So we've got a red lettuce garden down there that we can buy, but I'd also like to change this over, and I want to get some greenhouses in here. So I don't think that we actually need these two here. I don't think that these are anything that is going to benefit us. So I'm going to sell that one there. That's 47,000. Nice. Another 47,000 right there. Oh, I see. That's, how much? If I click on that one, that's... I can see that is highlighting red up there. I can't get rid of any... Oh, I can. Just mousing over it. That means it's probably... Ah, I see. It's the entire farm. Like, you got bits of decoration everywhere. We won't interfere with that. We definitely won't interfere with that. So I want to go to... Production... What is that? A mine shaft. Okay. I didn't even know that was a thing. And we want to put down these to start with. In order to better make these fit, we're going to have to change things around a little tiny bit, at least. But I'm going to have to just get rid of these trees over here and do another little bit of work. So the trees, we will use the lumberjack thing where we basically... remove the tree completely for free. We don't get any money for it, but we also don't have to pay for it to be removed. And I just look at it as I've made an agreement with a neighbor and said to the neighbor, if he wants the timber from the tree, he needs to come and remove the tree. Which is quite a normal thing to go and do, actually. A lot of people do things like that. So I've got no problems with that particular one. I don't think that that's unrealistic or anything else like that. This, however, appears to be one that I can't get rid of. It's a real shame. Right, okay, that was not going anytime soon. But I've cleared this little bit of space here. I know I've got these tires here. I don't think there's anything I can do to get rid of them. I have to raise the ground up to get rid of them. Let's have a look. Can I sell them? Oh. Unfortunately, that is the same bit as all the rest. If I click on that, it's removing the entire farmhouse, which we don't want to do. So, yeah, I love the farmhouse and everything that's here, but some of the little bits of decoration that we've got out on the side, yeah, that's all connected to the same farmhouse. Those up there aren't. It's these tires here, which are a little bit of a nuisance. I gotta be honest, one of the things that I don't like about this map at all is the really limited palette of colours. We don't even have stone. There's no stone at all. We've got animal mud, asphalt or tarmac, grass, dry grass, and 5 different types of gravel. That's it. And for doing painting and sculpting and stuff, that is really, really limited. And I'm quite disappointed with that, to be honest. The overall quality of this map is absolutely brilliant. It is an astoundingly beautiful map. It really is. And you can tell that a huge amount of work has gone into it. The fact that such an impressive map has only got this tiny, tiny palette of colours really, really, it genuinely disappoints me. That is one thing that I found on here that I am really genuinely disappointed with. And to me it makes a big difference, because I like to do, I really do like using this sculpting stuff. And so I do use it. I use it a lot. I change all kinds of things and just little bits. And I like to have the details, so I can put them in and I can just, you know, generally blend it in and make it look like part of the countryside. So having such a limited range of options here in order to do this bit, it's disappointing. It really is. I am genuinely disappointed with this, and I was hoping that, you know, because I can't even get some of these colours on here. I can't use those. They're not available to me. And yeah, that's annoying, that is. Right. I'm hoping that we will be able to have everything spawn out. So we've got a track that goes around the back of the greenhouses over here. We can drop pallets off at all three of them as and when we need to. The pallets spawn in here. I couldn't really sort of orient them in such a way that the pallets spawning bit was a bit more accessible unless I moved them further apart, and that would have meant changing the fields quite a bit more, which I didn't really want to do. Because of the limited colour palette, unfortunately, I haven't been able to paint this quite the way that I wanted. I've gone into the field just ever so slightly. You can see on the mini-map there, it's gone into it a little bit. But it's not actually very much. I've only just gone into it a little bit. But that gives us enough room to be able to drive around the back and hopefully to shunt up here to be able to pick up pallets with an auto-load trailer on these two greenhouses here. If I got to sell them up a bit later on and change it over, then so be it. But I'm happy with what I've done so far. Like, we've got, I feel that the bank that I've made here is kind of natural looking. Well, not exactly natural looking. It is clearly made up ground. It's not done beautifully and perfect. It's basically, I've got a leveled site over here, and the bank on the edge is just kind of a little bit rough and ready. It's the sort of thing that you'd expect. So there's some seed grown on it. There's a bit of grass seed have been thrown down across it. There's a lot of gravel and stuff in here from where we were digging stuff out, and that's pretty much what you would expect from a building plot of some kind. So anyway, let's go into here. We've now got a melon greenhouse. This doth require water, manure, vegetable seeds and pallets, and we do have to have all of them in order to be able to get these. So you do 4, 2, 0.21 and 0.14, and it gets 3.48 melon coming out. I've got red lettuce right there, which is another one that we've got, and then we've got watermelon down the bottom, which is the same. The only thing that I haven't done is bought one of the other greenhouses that sells the same stuff that doesn't have the pallets bit put onto it. But I wasn't actually planning to do that. So I'm going to need to be able to get a supply of manure to go into here. We're going to need the vegetable seeds. The water is not going to be a problem. And then we've also got to get pallets, which means that we've got to find somewhere to actually put the pallets. Before we do that, let's go to sleep. It is the end of September now. I think that we should go to sleep, and then we can start a brand new day. We've got the ploughing, so we'll finish off the ploughing. We've got to do around the edges of the field. That's not going to take very long. Curious if we should be doing this on 1 day a month. I'm thinking 1 day a month would probably be better, because otherwise it's just going to take too long to do anything, isn't it? At the moment it's 2 days a month. So I'm on October 1. Let's go and check the chickens. Not that way. Can't get out there. Can I go through this building? No. Right. Getting lost in my own house. And around here. Okay, so we've barely got a... Okay. They're really not getting through stuff very quickly, so we don't need to worry about that. I can feed them again some other time. And... is there anything else? There is nothing else that I need to worry about. Oh, there is one thing that we do need to now take a look at. Planting. Up there on field 22, we've now got some weeds up on that field, which means that we're going to want to go and do something about it. What is the closest I can get to the field so that I can have a quick run up and have a look? We can go to that restaurant right there. And then I can run up the hill this way towards field 22. Excuse me. And I can just take a look and see if we can do this with a standard weeder or if we're going to need a hoe. And if we have a look, it's medium weeds. It always is. I don't think I have played any version of any map yet where the weeds after you plant come up as small weeds and you can actually tackle them with just an ordinary weeder. If you have a look in here, you've got two different sorts. You've got weeders, which are those which do small weeds, and then you've got the hoe, which does small and medium weeds. And I don't believe I have ever encountered a field with the weeds in the small state. I don't think that the game is balanced right for that, because, like, nothing's come up in September, and then we go to the beginning of October, and it's very early in the morning, and already everything is on a medium weed state. But weeds, I think, grow at a different rate to everything else, so I think, I'm not quite sure, but if we were to skip the month, if we were to go near the end of, excuse me, if we were to go near the end of the month, I think the weeds will grow before we actually go and transition to the different part of the month. I'm not sure on that, though. It's not actually something that I want to find out at the moment. I do want to have a quick look at my own collection of machinery, just to see if we have got a weeder of any kind. We do not. Right, we don't have a weeder, so what we're going to want to do... I didn't actually realise he was still going. You can see the number plate up there. Oh, he's doing a grand job. I'm just going to leave him carry on. I'm going to take this tractor right here. We're going to go to the dealership, and we're going to buy a hoe, and I'm going to go up to that field, and we're going to deal with the weeds in the field. That is our main priority at the moment. Then we're going to need to find somewhere that we can build a... Oh, I don't want to go that way. We're going to need to find somewhere that we can build a pallet factory. We're going to need a flat piece of land so that we can build a pallet factory, and then we can start putting down... start dragging some timber to it and start making some actual pallets. We've got planks that we're going in our sawmill at the moment. Now, I might decide that we don't want to keep our sawmill. We may end up selling that one. But what I'm actually thinking is where we've got the sawmill could be a prime piece of land that we've got right there that would be perfect for... Oh, it doesn't open until 9 o'clock. I'm just going to have to wait here until 9 o'clock for it to open up. But what I'll do in the meantime is if I go over to this one, he's finished. We need to just do a little bit around the outside edge of this field. I'm just working my way around the outside edge of the field, getting all of the bits that we've missed, and... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.